I got too good at video games, but it completely backfired on me. And I believe it ruined gaming for me. Let me explain. I got into video games when I was around 5 years old, which is honestly kind of young if you think about it. Back then, I didn't even have my own PC, as most of the kids my age, and even many adults at that time as well. I was playing from my brother's laptop whenever he was not using it, and those moments genuinely felt special. I remember sitting there waiting for him to leave the house just so I could get a chance to play something for an hour or two while he is gone. And honestly, games just felt different back then. I would go into some random Roblox tycoons with my best friend and grind for absolutely no reason, without any efficiency optimization method. We would do some challenges that we made up in our head, grind some useless currency just to buy the next weapon in the game. We were just wasting hours building random stuff, and somehow it was the most fun thing ever. It made school days fun. We would think and talk about what we would do in the evening, call some other friends and just play. I remember going into CSGO deathmatches because I couldn't even play ranked without my brother getting mad at me for ruining his account. Getting a random purple drop from a deathmatch, which cost €4 at that time, it felt like I have just hit a jackpot. Or booting up GTA 5 and doing absolutely nothing important, driving around the map, doing only the first available heist because I had no clue how to set up the next ones, trying to make money in the dumbest ways possible, doing some VIP quests or going for races, not using the quote-unquote best method for my YouTube tutorial. I still remember how satisfying the first $1,000,000 felt back then, and buying that motorcycle which can fly, honestly even forgot its name, but it was very cool. And I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Back then I wasn't trying to win video games, I was just playing them, enjoying the process. They actually felt like games, but at some point everything slowly changed. Eventually I got my own PC, and this is probably where the problem started, because now I could finally play competitive games seriously. At first I was still bad obviously, had an average rank, win rate and KD did not come up in my mind once, or any other stats that could be important. Mostly I was playing with my friends, grinding the OG Season 3 Battle Pass in Fortnite. We were playing the games, but not like you would competitively. It was very fun, playing with a lot of friends and nothing crazy honestly. But over time I started noticing something. Whenever I played a game, I improved really fast, or more like at a very good pace over multiple different categories of games. And at first that sounds like a good thing, right? But the problem was that once I became good at the game, I started getting bored of it. It was like I played a game that I have not played for a while, then after a week or two, I feel like I'm back in it. Have got all the mechanics down, all the shapes in CS or Valorant are looking good. Win rate and rank is going up very fast, stats are good, and then I quit. I would switch to another game, and then another one, and another one. Month after month, year after year. I kept repeating the same exact cycle, whether it was shooters like CS, Valorant or Apex, MOBAs like League of Legends, survival games like Rust, or completely different genres like Rocket League. The same thing always happened. I would start learning the mechanics, or more like get used to them again. Then I watch a lot of content for the game and implement the newest strategies. I'd improve really quickly, and right when things start to get serious, I would quit. Not because I hated the game, it generally feels very good to feel and see the progress that I get, but because my brain randomly craves something else, something new again. And the weirdest part is that during all this time, I still had this dream in the back of my mind, just sitting there, which I sometimes thought about, but never looked at it and decided to commit. Making excuses like, oh it's too late, oh it's not gonna happen, you have to be special, yada yada yada. The thought was always, what if I could actually go pro in one game? What if I could go pro? But I had completely ignored one important thing. Most pro players don't play 10 different games. They sacrifice thousands and thousands of hours into one game. Meanwhile, I was treating games like a rotation. I'd become good enough that people would sometimes call me a cheater, that my stats would look amazing, that it looks like I'm smurfing. The truth is, I've never put enough games to unlock my real rank. I would just quietly disappear and learn something else. And just so you understand what I mean, here are some ranks I've hit across different games. In Valorant, I hit Immortal now in many different acts, and it's kind of simple to do it again as it happens like every time whenever I play the game for a month or two. CS2 I have not played that much. Back in the day when I was in Silver, I would play a lot of CSGO, but now I have only like 300 hours total. But I've reached Faceit level 10 after playing Faceit for like 2 months and 200 games. Rocket League has been just like the backup game, which I play usually with my best friend for like 2 weeks when we feel like it, and hitting champion in duos is like the usual there. League of Legends, this one I have actually played for a very long time and I did not even realize that. In League I have hit Diamond I believe 3 times. To sum it up, every time that I played over 30 or so games, I would get Diamond. Right now I believe I'm at Diamond 2 and have around 50 games this season. And Rust is one of my favorite games, even though it doesn't really have ranks. But the feeling of dominating a wipe in Rust just makes you come back over and over. Somehow killing a dude with full inventory and running to your little 2x1 extension base while your heartbeat is most likely around 160 BPM is just a feeling that cannot be described. And even though the game might be hard and takes a lot from you, everyone should experience it. And honestly, I know these aren't pro level achievements when we are talking about gaming, but they're still way above the average, especially across multiple completely different genres. And because of that, a lot of my friends call me a sweat. I could talk about this a lot more deeply, how it actually sometimes affects me, but that could be another video. But they always tell me I learn games way too quickly, or that I'm good at all games I play. But honestly, I think being a sweat completely has ruined gaming for me, because now every game feels the same. The first few hours of fun, then I understand the mechanics, then I understand the meta, and suddenly the magic disappears. It's like I accidentally trained myself to stop experiencing games naturally, and it's just a grind for the stats and the ranks, not the beauty of the game, the random glitches and useless accessories. I can't just casually play anymore. Every match I overanalyze, every mechanic I have to learn from YouTube or see someone else do it. Then it just wires in my brain and I try to implement it. It becomes about efficiency. Every mistake becomes something I need to improve. And eventually, the game starts feeling like less entertainment and more like a system. And the worst part? I genuinely feel like I had potential, like real potential. And honestly, I believe that if I had fully dedicated myself to 1 or 2 games earlier in my life, I could have reached an insanely high level. Maybe not pro, maybe not famous, definitely far beyond where I ended up. And yeah, I know that sounds insanely egoistical, but when almost every game starts feeling easy after a while, you start wondering, what would happen if you actually committed to one thing fully? What would happen if my brain had the time to adapt and analyze for a longer time? Because the scary part is that I never really hit my limit in any game. I always stop before reaching it, before becoming a winner. That's what bothers me the most. Not failure, but the unfinished potential. And now I honestly don't know what to do about it. Should I force myself to stick to one game? Should I stop switching games every few months? What would actually make gaming feel meaningful again? And would sticking to one thing unlock something new for me? Or would it just completely burn me out? I genuinely don't know, but honestly, that's probably what this channel is going to be about. The games I play, the random thoughts I have, different challenges I come up with, some competitive grinding in the games that I play, and maybe eventually figuring out why gaming stopped feeling the way it used to. And if you relate to any of this or feel like you're in the same situation, let me know in the comments. Because I honestly can't tell if this thing is a blessing or a curse anymore. And yeah, I'd appreciate a sub too. Bye.